discuss the phytohormones. Now, when I talk about the phytohormone, phyto means plants and hormone means the chemical substances that are responsible for the whole entire coordination of the body. So the coordination in the case of plants, they also have their own set of hormones, and those hormones are called as phytohormones. So these plant hormones, they are synthesized away from where they are supposed to be acting. For example, if the plant hormones are supposed to act on the stem, so they'll be synthesized a little far away. And then wherever they are synthesized from that area, they diffuse to the area of the action. That's the work of the hormones. Now, talking about the hormones, they are non-nutrient chemicals. Non-nutrient means not necessary for nutrition, doesn't give energy, but they are synthesized by the plants for the purpose of coordination. All that it does is the best thing, that is coordination. What are the names of the different plant hormones? So there is auxin, gibberellins, cytokinin, abscisic acid, and ethylene. 5 hormones are there, out of which 4 are there in your syllabus and 1 is not. Out of all of these hormones, the ethylene hormone is the only gaseous hormone. It is a gas-like hormone. Have you people ever seen how if you bring like a banana that is ripened, if you keep that ripened banana near your unripened fruit, any fruit, that fruit also becomes ripened. Have you people notice this?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? So why is it happening? Because of the ethylene. So the ripened fruits, they secrete ethylene hormone, which basically ripens the unripened fruit. So that's the case. Now, auxin, gibberellins, they are also called as gibberellic acid. Then there's cytokinin, and lastly, the abscisic acid. So these are the plant growth, you can say, hormones. Now, the first one, that is auxin. Now, auxin is primarily and most important for the growth of the plant. Okay, where is it synthesized? It is synthesized at the tip of the shoot. Basically, whenever the tip of the shoot receives the light from the sunlight, as from the sun, then the auxins are synthesized. And what does it do? It helps the particular plant to grow in terms of its length, to grow in general. Now, what happens is that, for example, if this is a plant stem and the light is coming from this side, so this part gets eliminated, whereas this part is not getting eliminated. So the auxin, they'll migrate to the part that is not getting the direct sunlight. And then in this area, it's going to divide, as a result of which the plant, they sort of bend towards the light because of the cell division. So when light is coming from one side of the plant, the auxins are synthesized towards the shady side of the plant. This causes the plant to bend towards the light because of cell division. Okay, so primarily, and always remember, auxins are extremely important for the growth of the plant. Auxin is clear, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good. Now, after that, we have the gibberellins. Now, gibberellins or the gibberellic acid, they work just like how auxin do. What they do is that they help in the growth of the stem, just like auxin. After that, there comes cytokinins. Now, the word cytokinin, the word of the hormone, it comes from the word cytokinesis, which is the division of the cell or the division of the cytoplasm. So these cytokinins are the ones that will promote the cell division. They are present in great concentration in areas of cell division. Like wherever there is active cell division that has to take place, these cytokinins are there in a very great amount, such as the fruits and the seeds. Now, auxin, gibberellin, cytokinin, these 3 hormones, they together promote the growth of the plant. And we call them as the plant growth promoters. Whereas in the case of abscisic acid, these are called as the stress hormone. Stress hormone, why? Because when abscisic acid is secreted, what it does is that it stops the growth of the plant. It doesn't let the plant grow. And you might have seen that there are many plants that, that droop down, that wilting of the leaves happen. That's also because of the abscisic acid. So when we talk about the abscisic acid, it is responsible for taking the plant towards its old age. The old age of plants is called as senescence. And talking about abscisic acid, it is a stress hormone. It is only secreted in the plant whenever there is a stressful situation or whenever the plant is growing old. So, all in all, the plant growth promoters are auxin, gibberellins, and cytokinin, whereas this abscisic acid is 100% a plant growth inhibitor. Is it clear, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Any doubts up until now?
No, ma'am.
No.
Okay. So with this, the particular chapter is completed. We are done with control and coordination. Now tell me one thing, students. Have you people been studying this chapter? Are you preparing this
Right
chapter
now
side
I'm
by side?
preparing for my half yearlies.
Okay, you're
So
preparing
first
for
and
your
second.
half. Okay. First and second chapter, meaning this is the second chapter only, right?
Yes,
There's
ma'am.
life
In bio
processes.
there's one
Achha,
and
very
chemistry
good.
there's 3 and physics there's 2.
Okay, and what about you, Neha?
Yes, ma'am. I'm also preparing this chapter.
Okay, very good. All right, so you people note down this much, okay, and then we'll start a new chapter today.
Done, ma'am.
You're also done, Amit?
Yes, ma'am.
Done, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Done.
Done.
Both of you are done, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Done, ma'am.
Both of you are done.
Yes, ma'am.
Done. Done, ma'am.
Yes, both of you are done, students.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, students. So as far as there are no doubts, so now see, I could have, made you people solve questions, but since you people are not very well prepared on that, so do one thing before, like for the next class, you people come prepared with this chapter and we'll solve the questions of this chapter. Okay, so that your preparation would go nicely. Now today I'm going to start a new chapter, that is how do organisms reproduce, right? After this is the only chapter. Okay. So now talking about reproduction. What do you know about reproduction, students? Can you tell me something? What is
It is
reproduction?
essential for the existence of the living organism.
It is what?
It is very essential for the existence or survival of the living
That's,
organisms.
but what is reproduction? You're right. You're absolutely correct. But what is it? Reproduction is the process in which any organism gives rise to its young ones, right? And the whole entire purpose is to continue the species. So that's what we're going to see, the different types of reproduction, the different reproductive parts and everything. So how do organisms reproduce? The first question that comes to the mind is, what is reproduction? So it is a biological process by which a new organism, meaning an offspring, is made or is produced from the parent organism. Why is it there? This ensures the continuation of species through generations. That is what reproduction is. But talking about whether or not reproduction is a life process, what do you people think, students? Is reproduction a life process? Do we need it to stay alive? Yes or no?
No, ma'am.
No, we definitely don't need it to stay alive, because there are many people, there are many animals that do not have an offspring, but they are still living. So it's not a life process, but yes, it is a part of life in order to continue the species. So no, reproduction is not a life process, as it is not necessary to stay alive. But it is a very important process for the continuation of the species population on Earth, because we cannot, you can say, afford the declination of the different species. So in order for that species to, continue to flourish on Earth, there is the reproduction present. Now, how do organisms create an exact copy of themselves? So basically, what any organism do during reproduction is that they duplicate their whole entire machinery. Meaning, if they have the DNA, they're going to duplicate their DNA so that they can send the copy into their offspring. What is the full form of DNA? It is deoxyribonucleic acid. This thing everyone should know. What is the full form of DNA? Deoxyribonucleic acid. And why is it so important, or what is the significance? It is our genetic material. And where is it present? So it is present inside the nucleus of the cell of eukaryotes. Now, talking about the most important steps during the reproduction, the first is DNA replication, meaning making of 2 copies of DNA. And then there comes the cell division, that is mitosis, meiosis. 2 types of cell divisions are there. So these 2 are the most important steps during the process of reproduction. Now, basically, our cell uses the chemical reaction to build the copies of DNA. So, for example, every cell has its own DNA. So that DNA, when it has to be distributed, the cell is going to replicate the DNA, meaning it will make multiple copies of the DNA, and then it will send the DNA into the next cell. So after copying the DNA, it will divide the cell, so that the DNA that was divided or that was created, it will be distributed among the daughter cells. Is it clear, students, up until now?
Yes,
Ma'am.
Okay. Now, after that, there comes what is variation. Now, variation refers to the introduction of new characters in the offspring. Meaning, when, let's just say, the offspring doesn't resemble the parent, so we'd say that a variation is there, new character is there. So that is what we call as variation. Now the question comes along, is variation important? Yes or no? So yes, 100%. Variations are very, very important because they lead to evolution. It allows the population to adapt to the environment, right? It adapts to the changes that happen in the environment. All of that comes along because of variation. It ensures that some individual will be better suited and they will go further. So remember that variation is a result of sexual reproduction, and it is very, very important because it will cause evolution. Is it clear, students?
Yes, ma'am.
yes,
Now the question comes along, what is the significance of reproduction? So first thing, it is responsible for the continuity of species. so that the species, they keep on going and going. Then it's also very important as far as the passing of genetic information is concerned. Meaning, whatever genetic information is there in the parent cell, that will be sent on to the daughter cell via reproduction from one generation to another generation. Then the next thing is genetic variations. So those variations lead to the next thing, evolution. And the last thing is that when the reproduction is normally done, the ecosystem balance is maintained. If it is not done, the ecosystem balance will be disrupted. So these are the 5 most important reasons or the significance of reproduction. I hope is it clear? Like it's clear to both of you students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Now let us see some questions. Now you people only tell me, what is the importance of DNA copying in reproduction? Tell me, what is the importance of DNA copying in the reproduction?
Ma'am, to inherit the qualities of the parent into the offsprings.
Yes. Whatever qualities are there in the parents. Now remember one more thing, students, that this DNA is found in every organism and it is unique for every organism. Meaning, however you people are, that's because of your DNA. However I am, it's because of my DNA. So when that character has to be sent for the next generation, that is why DNA is very important. And the last thing, the second question is, why is variation beneficial to the species but not to the individual? Who can answer this? Like, variation is very beneficial for, you can say, a group of organisms, but not for one. Why? See, students, variations, they're beneficial to the species because it enhances the ability to the changing environment. But this is not the case for individual. For individual, it's not going to always be beneficial. Talking about what is a species, it is a group of closely related organisms. Those organisms that are very closely related, like you, I, we all are one species. Same way, different lions are of one species. So species is a group of very, very closely related organisms. Now, furthermore, the types of reproduction. Now, reproduction, they are of 2 major types, asexual and sexual reproduction. Now, asexual reproduction is the one in which only one parent is involved. Whereas in sexual reproduction, both the parents, female and male, are involved. Asexual reproduction, because of this fact, it is called as uniparental, whereas the sexual reproduction is called as biparental because 2 parents are involved. In asexual reproduction, no gametes are formed, no gametes are made or anything. But in the case of sexual reproduction, male and female gametes are formed. Lastly, no fusion of gametes takes place in the case of asexual reproduction, whereas the fusion takes place in the sexual reproduction. So is the introductory part clear to you both?
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubts? All right. Okay, now you people note it down, then we'll move forward. Now this is a new chapter, so you start fresh, take a fresh page and then write.
Done, ma'am.
Both of you are done, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Done, ma'am. Done. Done.